Welcome to the Heavy Door Horror Podcast.
Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
All right. This is the Heavy Door Horror Podcast. My name is Heavy Door Dan, Ganja Zombie, the original Babylon John, the radioactive one, formerly known as Claymation Caligula, Pumpkinhead's Junk, live in the flesh on November 11th, 2025. Coming to you on location from Union City, California, in the free-thinking state of California. Tonight's movie is going to be Slumber Party Massacre from 1982. On this podcast, we review and discuss horror movies from the cult and B-movie genres of horror, specifically focusing on trashy films from the 70s and 80s, and who knows, we may even check out a flick from the early 90s here and there. New format to be announced, coming soon. Before we get into this week's movie, again, which is 1982 Slumber Party Massacre, I'm going to go around the padded room for our safety and introduce our irregulators. Starting at the top, let's do it for Mr. Deeds.
Hey!
What's happening, Deeds? How you doing, man?
Not too bad, man. How about yourself, Danny?
Shit, this is not a back and forth, man. You got to introduce yourself. Say
The trashy movie. This movie was pretty trashy, so maybe it got to him a bit.
I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No, good,
ironically, that's true. No one ever does ask Eddie. I appreciate that. Good God. Thanks.
Because nobody cares, Danny. That's
God,
why.
man.
All right, Pumpkinhead's Junk.
How you doing, Eric?
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Man.
Good.
Oh, doing well, Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead's Junk.
Yeah, Pumpkinhead's Junk, live in the flesh. Doing good. All right, man. Let's move it on over to
Now, Kim Him, what do you have to say for yourself?
Kim Him. How's it going?
Good. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Same old.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Got big things happening for Kim Him in the near future, man. Good luck with all that.
Hopefully. Yep.
Yeah. We'll make some proper announcement when the time comes. And invite everyone that listens to the open.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get there. Let's see. So let's get over to the movie Slumber Party Massacre from 1982. Rotten Tomatoes gives this movie 48% with 25 critic reviews and 45% with 5,000 plus viewer reviews, the audience reviews. On IMDb, this gets a 5.6 out of 10. It's 21,000 users that have reviewed that. And on Metacritic, this gives it a, what does that say? 51 out of 100 from 8 of the major critics, and then it's a 6.1 out of 10 from the 6 users that chimed in. That's on Metacritic. So I did a little bit of research, and from what I understand, there is really only one alternative tagline, official alternative tagline to this movie. And it goes, close your eyes for a second and sleep forever. Which, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, you could use that for any horror movie, right? Pretty generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, no real, from what I understand, there are no official alternate taglines except for the one I mentioned. And then there's a bunch that some people online submitted, the power drill, the pajamas, the panic, the one night they stayed up for good, I don't know, a simple sleepover turns into a long, long nightmare. I don't know, these are all kind of terrible and seem unnecessary to me, personally. So we'll just have to accept what they gave us. So let's see. As far as alternate titles in the United Kingdom, this was known as the Slumber Party Murders. And let's see, what else do we have? There was also known, I believe, in Britain as well as the Sleepless Night. So there were a couple. Oh, and then they're also known as Don't Open the Door as well. So I guess there were some alternate titles for this a particular movie in, let's see, it looks like England, Spain, Germany, and it doesn't say where the last one came from. But, for the most part, it kind of works out to the same idea. The Slumber Party Massacre. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set up. So we're basically, so the opening scene, we get the splash of the title card, Slumber Party Massacre, and we get the killer organ that we had in the trailer, which I love that organ, especially in the intros to a movie. I think it's kind of amazing. It's got a nice feel to it. It kind of just gets you in the mood in the moment, although I don't know that it really matches up with this film, but it still works.
Didn't really carry. Yeah. That's the only time they used it.
Yeah, yeah. So we get a local scene of a suburban neighborhood, palm trees. We see a kid on a bike. As he passes like a newsstand or something, right? We see a newspaper ad that reads "Mass Murder of 5." Right? You guys catch
No,
that?
he was the paper boy. Delivering
Oh, he was
papers.
throwing the paper. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then they close up on the paper that he
That he was
delivered.
tossing.
Except in that headline was that. Yeah.
Mass murder of 5.
Right.
Next thing you know, we're in some chick's room, and she's waking up, and the girl on the radio screams, and all of a sudden the radio's on. There's some girl screaming, like the local DJ or whatever. And the radio just kind of starts playing out of nowhere. Right?
Yeah, I guess it was her alarm clock radio set to the radio.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I asked myself first, who keeps their alarm clock on the floor?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Yeah.
But she gets out of bed and gets undressed very fast.
Yeah, so we get into boob watch number 1. So 2 minutes into. I checked the timer. It's 2 minutes into the flick exactly.
Yeah, I was. I couldn't say I couldn't have been happier.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure it was going to start out like that. But
Oh no, they got you right to the point, real quick. Yeah. So she's bagging up. So she's in her room, kind of cleaning up, bagging up old toys. I guess it's like trash pickup day or something, right? And
maybe she was tired of being a little kid and was wanting to be an adult because she was packing up like her stuffed animals and shit.
Yeah, sure, like her toy horses and shit like that.
Yeah.
And this is Trish, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's right. So her mom calls Trish, and she runs down to the lower half of the house, whatever, and the TV's on. There's they're talking on the TV about a slaying on Venice in 1969, right, in the news. Is that what it is?
Yeah. It said, so this many people have been killed in Venice in 1969, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And basically we kind of get the idea that Trish's parents are leaving for the weekend for an undisclosed amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, the dad's in the car like, did you remember my blue coat? You got the airplane tickets? Let's go. We're going to be late for the plane.
Yeah, so they're getting ready to leave Trish alone, but they say, you're not exactly going to be totally alone because we're leaving Mr. Content here with you. That was his name? Mr. Content?
Mr. Content. Yeah.
That's a fucking odd...
I don't think I've ever met anybody with the last name Content.
That's a weird name, yeah.
It's unusual.
And I wrote down he's going to watch them, but he's like the same age, right? He's got to be, 3 years older than them or something like that?
Well, this is where high school kids look 30. And,
Yeah, 100%.
They're obviously not high school kids.
Yeah, exactly. So basically they're telling her basically just make sure she locks in all the doors and windows and this and that while she's home alone.
And not to have any boys over and no drinking.
No drinking, no parties, exactly. No slumber party massacres, none of that stuff. And we see it was right towards the end of this scene. We see that it was written and directed by a female, right? Which I thought was very different. And as Trish is heading out of the house, she leaves her old bag of toys on the side of the road, right? Again, I think it's trash pickup day or something. And she leaves her toys there, and then all of a sudden she takes off, and all of a sudden we see like some weird, creepy set of hands come and grab the toys from the pile, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody came and grabbed one of the stuffed animals or whatever it was out of the bag.
And you only see like the hands, right? That's all you see. He just kind of reaches in the frame and grabs whatever he wants. Right? It's kind of cool. So now we're at school at this point, right? And there's guys talking chicks, right? That's right. So there's two guys.
To school, and Neil and Jeff are kind of the two main male characters in this movie.
And they're checking out the telephone chick, right? Like the hottest telephone repairman chick you've ever seen, right?
The lady who worked for Pacific Bells on a wooden ladder up, checking the phone lines.
Yeah.
And this broad was,
she's smoking hot. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's so stupid. Yeah. And like one of them like looks up, and you hear like the first thing you hear out of them as they're looking up at her, doesn't one of them say like ass? And you just kind of hear that word, just blurt it out, right? Like, and really no context. You just hear the word out loud, right?
Well, other than the only context is then the camera zoomed in on her ass.
Yeah. I guess right. Yeah. Okay.
Context.
And it turns out that that's the phone maintenance chick who's again stupid hot. And so we got one of the two dudes starts talking to her. If you ever think about dating a younger guy, right? And
so what they say about younger guys, what does he say? They're great, or when he doesn't pull the line like once you get it, you never go back. But
Right.
to that effect. Yeah.
Yeah, and then somebody says something about your name is zero or your number is zero, right?
Yeah, because
He tries to get his phone, or he tries to get her phone number, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, let me give you my phone number," because they're playing along like, "Oh, my lines are down. Do you think you'd come to my house and check them out?" I mean, all these, pretty terrible.
Yeah, they're
pickup
just
lines.
tall. Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. So they walk off. This chick heads back to her van. And as she's heading back to her van, we hear these dudes kind of talking as they walk away, and she goes to walk over. She slides the van door open, and just a hand just reaches out, just grabs her by the side of the head, and just pulls her into the van.
Yanks her right into the van, into her own van. It's not
into her own fucking vehicle.
Into her own fucking van.
Smooth like too, just wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
And then they give you the shot of our two male actors, Jeff and Neil, kind of walking away.
Yeah.
And it's looking at them, and the van is behind him, and you can see the phone girl up against the back window.
Screams just like, yeah. And the van's all moving around and shaking and shit too, right? Yeah. And she's struggling, and so she gets up to the window somehow, and he manages to get her back down into the van, and she's struggling, screaming, and all of a sudden you see just a huge drill right upside of her head, right?
Oh yeah.
The huge drill with an auger bit on it, just and you just fire up.
Yeah.
And this is the killer's favorite choice of
weapon of choice.
Yeah. And at that point,
which I was going to say right off the bat. I don't think they had cordless drills and stuff like that back in.
Yeah, there were a couple things in this movie I wanted to point that out about. Yeah.
Yes. Here nor there.
So the phone repairman chick is,
she's toast.
She's toast. She's they're all dead.
Yep.
So all right, let's see. So scene we're in the gym now, watching the girls' basketball team, right? Sorry, I got stuck there. I was reading something. We're in the gym now, watching the girls' basketball team. And did you notice that the first shot they show, this chick like misses the hoop by about 15 feet, right? It like barely.
She hits the side of the backboard as far to the right that you can hit the backboard, and it was awful. Another note I noticed. I said, I guess these girls don't wear bras. Because they're playing basketball.
That was my next note. I wrote no bras. It's fucking no bras. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, where are we at here? So they're they're under the hook and they're basically rotating the ball around the key for no reason. I mean, I don't know if you noticed that, but where they were practicing, there was a point where they get the rebound under the hoop and then they just throw the ball out and they just rotate it all the way around the hoop. I mean, all the way around the key. Like I don't know, maybe there was a drill or something like that, but I thought that was kind of weird.
I also wrote down horrible defense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're not playing anybody for real anytime soon. So let's see. Where did my damn thing go? Let's see.
And then they wind up practice and they go and hit the showers.
Yeah. Well, at one point somebody does hit a layup and the other team. And the other team scores and they all decide to just take a break, right? Do you notice that?
I think it's just practice.
Are they just practicing?
Okay. Yeah, it's just a varsity team versus a varsity. I mean, team on team. Because I do believe at the end of the practice, our coach says, we're coming up to our last game, and softball tryouts start next week or some crap.
Okay. Yeah, so they're done with practice. They head for the showers, and we're in the showers now. And the one chick looks at the one chick and says, "Hey, your tits are getting bigger." And I'm like, "Oh boy!" And so we see some ass running around in the damn showers. And next thing you know,
it's a great shower scene. I mean, this is the things young boys in the '80s dreamed of. That's why you went to the movies. Imagine if you got this on VHS. Jesus.
Oh yeah, this was a party at Danny's house. We get our boob shot number 2 here, our boobs shot number 2. And they're in there still talking basketball. Like they're serious about their sport. They're in there discussing basketball. Yeah.
Sure,
I mean, they're not messing around. So we get a slow pan, right? At some point, we get a slow pan. The camera pans down and just locks in on some chick's ass, and it just in the shower, right? And in my head, I was like, again, female director. Okay, all right, yeah. And at one point, they're talking about don't throw to Jackie.
Jackie was the girl who missed that shot wide.
Is that
right
what it
at the
was?
beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, she literally hit as far away from on the backboard from the hoop that you can, kind of throw the ball.
And at this point, we see, I think it's Trish that gives the stare across the shower.
Yeah, so that's Valerie. The other, she's like the newbie in school.
Yeah.
And she's on the basketball team.
But isn't someone staring her down from her?
They lock eyes.
Yeah.
Trish and Val lock eyes.
Trish and Val, yeah, and they're neighbors. They live next door to each other. Yeah,
correct.
So again, something, and I hear a joke. Somebody said something about spiking the baby. Did anybody catch that?
Yeah, I write it down.
Right?
She was talking about football. She was making a joke.
Yeah.
Like the guy spiked the baby after the touchdown.
Yeah,
after he made a touchdown. Yeah.
I think if you go back and listen to like some of these opening scenes, there's a lot of like classic like off-camera lines here. They're kind of lost in the boobs. It's just what it is.
Lost in the boobs.
Yeah, so let's see. Something about spiking the baby. Now they're in the locker room talking trash about the chick on the other side of the lockers. There's like 5 of them talking trash about Val, and she's literally on the other side of the lockers,
Yeah, so Trish is going to have the girls over and just say, no, we should invite Val, and I think it was the one girl, Diane, was like, oh, fuck that bitch, and didn't actually say that, but yeah, basically that. And then she goes to ask her, and she heard everything we said, like right on the other side of the lockers. Well, no shit.
Yeah, her locker's like right there.
Yeah. Val basically tells her, I'm not interested because, I heard all that shit you guys were talking about me, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that basically how it goes down? Yeah.
Pretty much. She's like, I can't make it. I got to study. But,
Yeah.
The underlying tone is, why the fuck am I going to hang out with you?
Sure. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't blame her. So that's the end of that scene. Now that everybody's outside of the locker rooms. They're all walking off of campus, and we see creepy guy in van. And we hear the ominous organ playing in the background.
There was a lot. They played eerie music, ominous eerie music every time, like kind of the same music, but
it was that same organ, the same organ hits,
And I don't know if anybody noticed, but when they panned, it was kind of an aerial shot, but they're shot from up above. They show the girls walking, and they pan by the dumpster, and the phone chick is in there dead. In the dumpster, in the school dumpster.
Yeah. We see the dead chick with the hole in her head, basically, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and the creepy guy in the van, ominous music, and then so at this point, Linda breaks from the group because she forgot something back inside her locker or whatever it is. So she goes to head back inside, and that's when we see the dead chick. Creepy dudes watches Linda as she heads back into the locker room. The gym teacher. Then we see the gym teacher walk out of the locker room and past the van, right?
And the gym teacher tells her, "Don't take, like, why are you going back in?"
Is that what it is?
Book.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, don't take too long. They're about to lock up the building."
That's what.
So I don't want to get stuck. Yeah, but of course she goes in and Simp Killer.
Yeah. So Linda's in the locker room. Let's see. Linda's in the locker room. Doors are locked. She walks back through the gym doors. The gym doors are locked. She starts to get creeped out. She's trying to find some other doors. Those doors are locked. All of a sudden, the man starts walking towards her, and she gets the drill in the arm. Basically, at this point, we still haven't really seen the killer, but we do see that he basically comes up to her, and we hear the drill go off, and boom, Linda gets taken out there in the gym, right? Basically.
Well, yeah. So he hits her, and then he doesn't kill her. She runs away.
Yeah.
She runs.
They have a bit of a chase scene. Yeah, they have a bit of a chase scene. She evades him and gets into like a closet or whatever, and is hiding.
Yeah, he's creeping through the locker room looking for her, and then she goes and hides in the showers, or he thinks she's
next to the showers and stuff in this, And then something that happened in happened in this.
Yeah.
She's bleeding out her shoulder, and the fucking blood goes under the door, and that's where he finds out when she's at.
Yeah. Blood right underneath the door, and I don't know why I wrote Danny DeVito here for some reason. Somebody's dressed like Danny DeVito, but
maybe.
But the killer sees the blood, and he starts drilling through the door, and Linda's on the inside, and we hear her screaming. Basically, that's how.
And she did.
Yeah, she did. Right. Hold on. I believe it was like this.
Woo! You know he did.
Yeah. I got to get a female version of that.
Pretty much.
But the driller killer runs back to the van at this point. We see the killer running out of the school back to the van, right?
Yeah. I think we've seen his face at this point. That's one thing they don't waste time in this movie they show the killer. Yeah, they show him almost.
Yeah.
Almost
really?
immediately. We don't see him. We don't see
He's
his
not
face
like
when he kills the phone lady, but the second
Yeah.
kill, they
Yeah.
show
yeah
him.
They
yeah.
do. Okay.
Well, Sean,
It-
he's
it-
looking in the mirror, the rear
Yeah.
view mirror, and they show his
Yeah.
reflection.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you see a full shot of his face. It's like his whole body because he's wearing.
Okay.
He's basically almost wearing a Canadian tuxedo. He's got jeans on and jean jacket.
Yeah, it's very generic too. It was
Yeah.
just like, oh, it's the average guy. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
Oh,
was.
wasn't
hey,
like-
those are the scariest ones, Kim.
Well, yeah, you
I'm
gotta
just saying,
watch
like,
that.
it's not,
You gotta watch
it's
that.
not like a Freddy Krueger or Jason.
No,
It's
no,
like-
no,
It's just like it's a very generic character.
No, this is just like Frank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And one thing we did miss is when the girls were walking away before Linda ran back in. They're talking about we need to get provisions for the party, and one of them says, "Oh yeah, get Doritos, something else, and some meth." I thought was pretty hilarious. Yeah.
she said, I must have missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, I don't think I caught that one either. So let's see. Motorcycle drops off check at house. Guy in van
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
Yeah. So what was that all about?
They never say. It's just,
Yeah.
I guess it's our girl Trish, our
Yeah.
star, out there hoeing it up.
Yeah, okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
Dude on a motorcycle.
And the guy in the van's watching her walk home, right?
Yeah.
Creepy dude.
Then the guy in the van watching the chick walk is Diane, and one of our other ladies.
Oh,
in the
that
movie,
chick.
because then she leans down to like tie her shoe, and some guy grabs her by her shoulder. And
Yeah.
she fucking drops his ass.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's her boyfriend.
Yeah. So
I think he's gonna get killed.
so that we
Yeah.
think it's the guy in the van, but we do hear heavy breathing at that point.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the van was. Maybe
Yeah.
it was. He was watching both
I
of
think-
them.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things about this movie is like they tried to make a lot of suspense
Yeah.
throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. So basically this dude John Miner creeps up on this chick and like
Right.
tries to grab her, whatever, and she grabs him by the arm, like you said, and throws his ass down on the ground. And he's talking about the party, and she says the party's girls only. And at some point they start making out, and we kind of end the scene there. Next thing you know, we're looking at we're up in front of the gym teacher's house, right? Is that what this is?
Yeah,
And
it's Miss Jana. I
Miss
believe
Jana,
it's
yeah.
her name.
And she's got some old RX-7 right in her driveway out in the front.
Yeah.
And she's she's walking into her house, and all of a sudden a drill comes through the front door, right? And drill goes through her front door, and next thing you know, it turns out she's got a gal there who's installing a peephole in her house and her front door.
Yeah.
And let's see. So what do we got here? We see we see a red phone on the phone. There's someone here who's got to go. There's someone here I think's got to go, right? Is that what's going on?
I think they cut to the scene. They cut away from Miss Jana's house after you kind of thought she was going to get killed by that drill, and go cut to Trisha's house, and she's on like a red phone.
Right.
Like everybody had different color phones back then.
Yeah.
And she hears something in the house, and the front door. She goes, and like the front door's ajar.
Yeah. She says,
Yeah.
she says, I think someone's here. I got to go. Right.
Right.
And she goes and she checks the front door, but she doesn't bother checking anything else. She just kind of checks the front door. Right.
Yeah. I mean, when your front door's open,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, sure.
you
Yeah.
left it open.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Fucking open
Yeah,
that
I
shit,
would check
yeah.
the rest of the house at that point, right? Yeah. So then, don't we scene here, and then all of a sudden we're watching somebody play piano, or is it the same chick starts playing piano?
It's still Trish.
Yeah,
playing
she's in
piano.
her house, and she's trying to play piano. And we see the killer walking, like towards their house or something like that, and she hears him and heads for the door, and it's the neighbor, Mr. Content, right?
He scares the shit out of her.
Yeah, right. That's
He's like, I thought I heard something, so I can't. In the door, I can't remember if he says the door was open or if it was unlocked. But
Yeah.
he comes in and scares the shit out of her.
Yeah.
As he's just checking out the place, and then
And that's kind of end. That's kind of end scene, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden we're watching somebody make a quesadilla, all right, and breaking in the Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
and she's making some Kool-Aid,
yeah.
right?
That's Valerie at the house.
Yeah,
next
they're at
door.
Val's house. Val and and we'll get to meet her little sister soon here. And she hears a noise. And so Val's hearing noises, and she checks the closet, and a cat on the top shelf jumps out, scares her. We get some stupid cat jump scare.
Mm-hmm.
Scene. Now we got guys walking bikes. They want to go scare the girls. So the two guys what are their names again? It's
Jeff and Neil.
Okay, and they want to go to the slumber party and scare the girls.
I think it's a great idea.
And
Yeah.
at this point, we see the telephone van kind of off in the background, right? As they're like walking down the street, right? So now we're back at the house, and the girls arrive for the orgy. They brought.
Trish asked, like, who's there at the knock on the door? One goes, we're here for the orgy. Which
Good job.
Hey, right on.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
And that's right. And what's his name? Mr. Content hasn't left because our star Trish makes him a cup of coffee and says, "Here, you can finish this," and we go get the door. And the girls come in and they're like, "Oh, look what I brought!" You know, I'm like,
right, yeah,
a 6-pack of Michelob or some shit. And the other girl is like, "And I got some 100% Maui Wow."
Maui Wow.
Pure weed. And she's holding the bag, and Mr. Content walks up like, "That smells nice."
Yeah. But basically, he says, I won't tell, right? More or less, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He said, just don't get into any trouble. I won't tell your parents.
Yeah, basically. So scene ends, and now we're at so we're still at Trish's house, right? And they're making more Kool-Aid, or no? We at Val's house.
At Valerie's house.
Okay, and they're so everybody's making Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah.
And her little sister's there. Now we meet Courtney, right? Courtney's asking her sister Val why she wasn't invited to the party. And she tells her to shut up and drink your Kool-Aid before it gets cold.
Before it gets cold.
That was classic.
Right. So we're at next scene. We're back at the party. They're back at the party getting high. And what? And
they're all talking. They're talking shit about like why Diane's not there, and like she's like, oh, she's probably with her boy John Minor.
Yeah.
I don't know what she sees in him, and they're like, maybe it's what we don't see that she likes about him. And all this shit. Yeah.
And at one point we hear glass break, and they all rush into the kitchen. It turns out she left the burner on. I guess while she was making the coffee for content, and the coffee crap broke. Yeah. Which is pretty hard to do. I think you have to leave it on there for a long ass time before the thing breaks. Yeah,
thick Pyrex glass, but it happens.
So now we're back over at Val's house, and they hear dogs in the trash, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "You go out there. It's the damn dogs again." And she's like, "No, you go out there." And they're trying to fight over who does what. And little sis runs upstairs and is like, fuck off, you take care of it. So Trish goes outside, or not Trish, excuse me. Val goes outside. And while Val's outside dealing with the dogs and the garbage or whatever, Trish goes upstairs and immediately goes and finds Val's Playgirl stash underneath their mattress, right?
Sure did. And who was on the cover?
I didn't see.
It was Sly Stallone, baby.
Oh, was it? I didn't.
Oh yeah, it was Sly. That's right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sly. So little sis plays with finds a Playgirl. Val's outside picking up trash. There's like a brick in the garbage can, which I thought was weird. She throws a brick in the garbage can?
She puts the brick in the garbage can to weight it down.
So the dogs can't knock it over?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I got you, yeah. And she sees the tree swing moving and scares herself and runs back in the house, right? Like nothing really happens.
Yep.
She just kind of freaks herself out, right? So now we're back over at Trish's house, and we're hanging out with these two dummy guys. They're outside looking in the window, right, basically?
Oh, peeping Toms unite, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous. like nowadays,
it's so
like
easy for them too.
Dude, it's funny because nowadays it's like a sex crime, dude. You'd go to fucking jail for this shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not even considered funny in the least nowadays, man. You know?
Hell, it's funny, man. These guys are like, oh yes, because the girls, of course, are getting undressed in the living room.
100%.
Watching, and we get our third.
Yeah, they're spazzing out over the they're spazzing out over panties. And we get boob scene number 3, exactly. And I asked myself, why are they changing? And then I just thought to myself, why do I care? And there's basically just smoke shows everywhere. There's just hotties everywhere changing and all that. The one gal that put on the NBA, the NBA jersey?
Oh yeah,
that was she was my favorite. So now we're back over at Val's house. And Courtney's upstairs looking at the Playgirl, and that's just a quick scene of them doing their thing. And we're back at the party, and they want to order pizza.
I said when they have that scene, they show the kitchen, and I said, "Nice spread." She had nicely arranged some Twinkies and Cheetos,
I didn't see that
on a plate. And shit.
Oh man, are you serious?
I was like, "Oh man, nice
yummy." Spread. Yeah, that's how you guys stay in shape, huh? Okay.
I guess so.
So yeah, basically at the party, they want to order pizza. One chick heads out to go get firewood. When she goes out to get the firewood, and that's when there's the killers lying in wait out there, right?
Well, there's an ominous figure. There's a figure they show holding a cleaver, and like she pulls a piece of wood out, and there's a fucking snail there, and she gets all freaked out about a snail.
That's right. And
said ominous figure comes up behind her, and you see the cleaver come down.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit her.
No,
it's the snail.
It cuts the snail. It cuts the snail right in half.
And
it turns out it's just Mr.
It's Mr. Content.
And he's just out doing his usual Saturday night snail hunt. You know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah, he does mention, he's like, these little fuckers, best times to get them at night. They keep eating my garden and shit.
Dude, I tell you, boy.
and he's keeping count. I think he said he said he's up to like 55 or some shit.
He does. Yeah, oh hi, Mr. Content, snail hunt. Only way to kill him is with the sleever. And the driller killer sneaks up and takes out Mr. Content right then and there.
That was pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah, and the scene it kind of wraps, right? He gets it, and then we just head right back into the house, right? And we're back inside all of a sudden, and the girls are like sitting around reading the paper because that's what all hot chicks do. They sit around and read the paper at slumber parties, And we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break if that's okay with you guys. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I need to take a break.
In an effort to save the whales, we now return you to the Heavy Door Horror Podcast.
All right, and we're back, and so basically, what was the gal's name that was outside getting wood? Does anybody know?
Was it Diane? I can't remember.
Okay, so we'll call her. No, Diane was killed when she went back to get her stuff in the locker room. So one of the gals basically goes out to get firewood for the slumber party, and that's when she gets scared by Mr. Content. He was out there hunting snails. Next thing you know, driller killer shows up and kills Mr. Content, and
Woo, you know he did.
So he's dead. So now we're back inside the slumber party, as I was saying. The girls are reading the paper because that's what you do at slumber parties. She's reading the horoscopes, and so one of the chicks looks out the window, all of a sudden sees a driller killer, right?
Yeah, it's Trish. I believe
Trish.
She looks out her window and she sees just a dude kind of poking his head out, kind of with his shoulder, and he lurches back around a corner.
Yeah. And rather than
what the fuck,
right, and rather than freaking out, she says, "Did you lock the garage?" Right. Yeah. I mean, that seemed like an odd response. But yeah, did you? And the guy says, "Ask the girl, did you lock the garage?" She says, "I don't know." And all of a sudden, her old, all of a sudden now, her old Barbie doll's like stuck to the window, right? And
it's got the cleaver through it. Like cleavered through the Barbie doll onto the sill of the window.
And he's like holding it against the glass and like smearing it across the glass, right? And they're just kind of freaking out, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, they all go to check the garage door to make sure it's locked and the lights are out. The lights go out all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
In the whole house. Yeah. And when they get outside, she goes, "See, I told you I closed it, but you didn't lock it, right?" Yeah. And so they said, "Well, let's get back inside to reading the paper." So they get back inside. That was my note, but so basically they check outside, right? So the dude shows the doll. They run outside to check. The lights go out, and they all just kind of wander back into the house, right?
Well, when the lights go out, I think they had already closed the garage. They go back inside, and then the lights go out. So they get candles, lighters, flashlight, go back out to check the fuse box. And this is where they stumble across fucking Jeff and Neil hiding in the garage because they're the ones who pulled the fuse out, Well, they're back in the house, and so they're at the fuse box, and they're back in the house. Trish is looking out the window. They hear sirens in the distance.
Next thing you know, the girls are over at Val's house watching, are looking at the Playgirl, right? And she's showing off the dude's ass or whatever, right, to her big sister, right? Yeah. And they made some mention about beating boys off in the 5th grade or something like that. Yeah, that's some shit. And she's like, and Courtney's like, "You didn't tell Mom, did you?" Right? Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, not beating boys off. Beating boys off. I get it now. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. I get you. Sorry about that. My fault. Eddie, don't laugh at me. Jesus Christ. That is, Hey, Eddie. Man.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
God. Anyway, so we're back at the party, and they're sneaking around the house, listening in on a call. Oh, that's right. So they're listening in on this one chick calling John Miner, right? John Miner. Yeah, that's the girl Diane. She's not the other girl that went in to the. That was Linda.
Linda. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Boy, we're screwing up left and right. That's my fault. At some point, we hear one of the girls says, "Hi, boo boo," right, or whatever, talking to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And all the other girls obviously picked up the other phone and they're eavesdropping on her phone call.
And at some point, she says, "Oh, do you think I'm getting better?" Right?
Yeah.
And I believe we know what they're all talking about there.
I believe so.
And then all of a sudden, the lights go out again, right?
Well, before that, she's on the phone, and all the girls now she can hear the girls laughing on the other end of the phone.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I think our First Amendment rights are being violated."
Yeah. Oh boy! So then the lights go out, and where is that noise coming from? The lights go out, and they're looking for a flashlight. They think they've blown a fuse. So I think the fuse thing happened a little bit later, or am I?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so they're looking for a flashlight, blowing a fuse. And the one girl that was on the phone comes out, and what's going on? And they're like, "Oh, go back to your boo boo," right? And they all head out to the garage. They find the fuse box, but none of the fuses are blown. But there are a few missing fuses. So that's never a good thing, especially when the lights were just on. That's not good news. Next thing you know, Jeff scares the shit out of the girls in the garage, right? And one of them slaps him upside the head, right?
Yeah, it hits him pretty good. It was nice. I think she hit him with the flashlight.
Yeah. Okay, nice, yeah. And so basically at this point I wrote down that the guys have cleverly made their way into the party.
Oh yeah.
So let's see, now we're back at Val's house, right? And she hears a noise. And again, she steps outside, the garbage cans are overturned again. And she looks over and the swing, the tree swing or whatever, right, is swinging, right, in the backyard. And swinging again, and she's getting a little weird. And then all of a sudden, little sis comes out with a big ass knife and scares the shit out of Val. Right?
Yeah, she did. She almost fucking stabbed her sister.
Yeah, scares the fucking living shit out of her with a giant kitchen knife or whatever, right?
Kitchen knife, yeah, her chef's knife or whatever. And so, they go to the ground. Yeah, they go to the ground, and she's like, "You little shit, you could have fucking really hurt me." Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, don't worry, it's dull."
Yeah. Jesus.
Like, okay.
So next thing you know, we're with the dude in a blue car honking the horn.
That's John Miner.
That's John Miner trying to woo his girl. Yeah, trying to woo his boo-boo, right?
And it works.
Yeah, so she comes running on down, but she tells him that she can't leave. So she tells him to come in the garage. So he pulls his fucking jalopy into their garage. And we see that they don't lock the door again.
Again?
They pan down and actually show you the garage door does not get locked again. So now we're back at Valerie's house again. Little sis is doing she's doing her little sister's hair. And then she starts fucking with Val. Courtney starts fucking with Val again about how you weren't invited, were you? Blah, blah, blah. And she tells her she's got too much makeup on or something. And she goes, "You know what we need to do?" Courtney says to Val, "Let's go crash that party." So next scene, we're with John Miner and the girl. Do we know what this girl's name is? Anybody?
I think that's Diana.
It is Diana. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Diana's with John Miner in the car. They're making out. Inside, the girls are talking baseball now. Again,
they were talking about the goddamn Dodgers. But,
it's the weirdest slumber party that ever took place. But we do get boob scene number 4. And it's a close-up, too. It's a real big
in the car. Yeah,
it's
nice.
It's a close-up. It's a
good one.
And she's like, and so basically John Miner's trying to feel her up. I mean, he's not trying to, he's feeling her up, right? And she goes, "No, we can't not hear." And he's like, "Come on, baby." It's basically, this is basically the dialogue for like half the movies that came out in the 80s, right? So again, "We can't not hear." "Come on, baby."
I said, "I'll be quick. I'll be quick."
And I wrote down here, hot dogs on a black guy? Black guy.
Yeah, so they cut back.
Back to Trish's house, right? Yeah.
And the two boys, again, like you said, have made it now into the party because they're hiding in the garage. And dude got clocked in the face with a fucking mag light.
Right.
So he's like, "You got a steak?" And you're probably gonna get a shiner. Find some hot dogs.
Some hot dogs. That's right.
But I gotta say, hey, these guys, once they got in, I mean, she's holding his hand and shit. They're in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked. It worked.
Mm-hmm.
I have to applaud these gentlemen for their acts.
At some point, they started feeding them beer. Oh, no, they were saying that they needed to go get beer, right?
Yeah, well, and no, that's what Diane comes back in and says, "I'm going to go with John to get beer."
To go get beer.
She has some time so she can get boned in the back of his car.
Sure.
And the girls inside are making daiquiris.
Yeah. She's got to go with Miner so she can show him that thing she's getting good at, that he thinks she's getting good at. Yeah,
exactly.
So back in the car, Mr. Miner. Oh, so she goes back into the garage to get with John Miner so they can go do their thing and get quote unquote get beer. And she jumps in the car. John Miner's head just falls right off.
Fucking falls right off.
And I mean,
and of course, she screams. Of course,
she screams, and it's pretty clear that
Woo, you know he did.
so he's dead. She honks the horn, and all of a sudden the drill killer pops up out of nowhere, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And she slides down the wall as a drill killer. Oh, so she tries to get out and get away, and basically he kind of corners her, right? And as she goes to kind of get away, he gets her in the stomach, and she slides down to the ground, right?
Yeah.
And he basically gets her with the drill through the stomach. She slides down to the ground with the drill in her, and that is the end of Diana. So now we're over at Val's house, and Courtney heard the horn and the screaming from Val's house. And so now we head back to the party, and there's somebody doing the Barbie doll trick. Does anybody remember that?
I missed that one.
Yeah, I missed. Okay, so I couldn't quite tell what that was. But basically, they're drinking Kool-Aid out of wine glasses, or you said daiquiris?
Yeah, they made daiquiris, like blended daiquiris. Yeah.
Okay. Next thing you know, the pizza man's at the door. The boys open the door, and through the door they ask, right, what's the damage? 6, right?
$6. Yeah.
And they open the door, and the pizza guy's standing there with their pizza. His eyes are drilled out. His eyes are fucked up. They're all drilled out.
Yeah.
He's dead. I mean, for the most part,
He falls face first onto the, into the house, in between the door and through the threshold.
Yeah.
Woo,
He did.
you know he did.
So he did. So let's see. They open the door. Pizza guy's dead. And then the gym teacher hears screaming on the phone.
Well, yeah, because so she had called for some reason, and so Trish is talking to the gym teacher, Miss Jana.
Yeah. And when they
and then here's some screaming, and then the phone line, the killer cuts the phone line from outside,
right,
and the phone goes dead.
Yeah. So the girl's in the kitchen calling the cops. The drill killer cuts the phone line. Yeah. So now we're back at Val's house. And Val's on the phone with the gym teacher now, right?
Yeah, because I think the gym teacher must have called her and hey, I know you live next door.
What's
going on?
Yeah, and my question at this point was where the fuck are everyone's parents?
Right? Yeah, I guess everybody was out of town.
Everyone's parents, right? No one's around. So now we're back at the party, and they plan to lock up safe, or do they want to make are they arguing about do they want to lock it up and be safe, or do they want to make a run for it, right? Something like that.
Yeah, the two boys are like, oh, maybe we should, they're all having an argument whether they
about
should hunker down
what's
or
next.
Make a run for it.
Yeah, and then at one point somebody says something about going next door. And at some point I think one of the boys says something about splitting up, right?
Right, because one of them's going to go next door and one of them's going to I don't know, go check the garage maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stupid.
No, well they're panicking, so who the fuck knows, right? So at some point a girl grabs a kitchen knife and gives it to Jeff. And Jeff is going to go over to, so they're not talking about going over to Val's house. They're talking about going to the other house, right? They're talking about going over to Content's house.
Maybe, probably.
I think it's what it is.
Because they don't know he's dead, obviously.
Yeah, because Jeff's going to go over to Content's house. So Jeff's out in the garage. And when Jeff's heading out to the garage, all of a sudden a body comes down from the rafter. And the body comes down from the rafter, and all of a sudden the drill killer's there, and he drills Jeff right in the chest, right?
Right through his shoulder. Yeah, right through his shoulder.
It's
Diane's body drops down, and
that's what it is.
Legs hanging, the face hanging. Your upper torso comes down. She's tied up by her feet. Scares the shit out of him, and he gets fucking.
And the drill killer, they're all dead. So Val's. So now we're back at Val's house. She's watching a scary movie. And she can't hear somebody banging on the door, right?
The other dude that made it, because they split up, he broke for Val's house, and he's there at her front door banging on it. And she's in the TV room.
And she's watching a scary movie, and then probably some kind of yelling or whatever going on the screen, right? Mm-hmm. So she can't hear her screaming. They show that goose lamp. Did you catch that?
I missed that.
It's like a goose-shaped lamp in Val's house that I thought was pretty fucking cool. Homie's banging on the door, and the drill killer shows up. Homeboy tries to fight him, and he bites Homeboy and stabs him as a woman is. Oh, so basically the fight's going on outside the house between the killer and Jeff as inside. Val's watching, and basically Jeff's outside getting killed by the drill killer, while Val's inside watching some gal get killed in a movie.
Right.
So it's all kind of all the screaming and all the madness is going on at the same time, so she doesn't really know or notice what's happening outside, right? More or less.
Pretty much.
So let's.
Yeah, and the killer took, the
Yeah,
dude's knife from him.
Yeah.
That was the kitchen knife one of the girls had gave him.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So then basically, the killer manages to kill Jeff and he drags the dead boy away, right? And so he drags him back to the garage and pops a trunk, and basically he's got a trunk full of dead bodies. He's just putting them all in there.
Yeah, and he starts counting them up.
Yeah, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, he's piling up dead bodies in the trunk and he's counting them. Yeah, that's what I put down. I was like, what the fuck?
That's a testament to good old, American 70s cars. They had big trucks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. So now the girls are on guard in the house, back to back with knives. And at this point I said, is that one gal supposed to be like half black? Did you guys catch that?
Yeah, I think so. That was
I didn't notice that until the end of the movie.
Suitors in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
but she was like mixed. She was like a mixed race looking chick, right?
Looked like it. Yeah.
I didn't notice it until the very end of the movie. But yeah, okay.
Well, I guess that's just because you don't see color, Danny.
That's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Hold on. You got this. The
more you know.
Exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It took me forever to find that snapshot.
Yeah, I could tell.
Jesus. No, I think my computer's been running slow. Anyway, so the girls are on the house. At some point, doesn't one of them say like the pizza guy is cold, and then?
Well, they go to cover his body,
right?
And they're covering it up, and they go, "Oh my God, he's cold." And Jackie says, "Well, is the pizza still warm? Because I'm fucking hungry."
That's right, yeah. So she
grabs the fucking slice.
She starts eating it. Yeah, she starts eating. That's fucking awesome, man. And they hear a guy whispering outside or something, right?
Yeah. So what's his name that got hit in the shoulder in the garage? Either Jeff or Neil, one of them.
Yeah.
Didn't die. And he's crawled his way to like the back door.
Oh, right, and he's like whimpering outside the house, and they.
Yeah, let me in.
And exactly. And meanwhile, we see that the killer's inside the house now, creeping through the house, right?
No, not yet, because he goes out and gets the motherfucker at the door.
So the two chicks are creeping through the house, and one of them's telling the other one to open the door, and she's saying no or whatever, right? And next thing you know, the drill killer shows up and finishes off homeboy outside.
Yeah, right there at the back door.
Yeah, and the girls freak out, right?
Yeah, because then they hear it and see a shitload of blood again go underneath the door and into the house.
Right, exactly. So the scene ends real abruptly. Next thing you know, we're with the gym teacher, Jana, right? And she's basically in her car headed to the party because she's concerned about the girls. Yeah. So just a quick cut to her. We're back at Val's house now, and she's running around. She can't find little sister Courtney. She looks outside. Courtney's at the neighbors and hears, right? And Courtney's at the neighbors.
Yeah, well, she looks out. Val looks out the window and sees her little sister like running towards Trish's house.
Trish's house, yeah, like she snuck away or something like that. Right. Yeah. So Val goes and rings their bell, rings their bell, whatever. They don't get an answer. But the girls are inside basically debating on whether or not to let her in. Right.
Yep.
And Jackie goes to let her in. Next thing you know, the drill killer slashes her neck with the drill.
Yeah.
And like
a knife slash, but with a drill bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And right across with a drill bit. Yeah.
Ooh, you did.
So she's dead, right? I mean, that didn't take long. And the one girl the two girls run back upstairs.
Yeah, that was Jackie with the great tits and eating pizza off a dead body that got slashed across the throat.
So she dead now. They all run. The other two girls run upstairs.
Yeah, and then Valerie comes over and gets into the house as well.
So Val's outside knocking, and she goes around the back to the back door. And when she gets to the back door, Courtney jumps out and gives her a scare.
That's right.
And Val leaves court so she can check. She says, "Stay here so I can check the front door again." Val knocks on the door. The door is open, and she walks in.
Right.
So she turns on a lamp. Now all of a sudden the lights work.
Oh well, I mean they replaced the fuses and stuff.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so lights work, and so Val's like wandering around Trish's house. Trish.
Yeah, and the girls are upstairs hiding in Trish's room, and
Yeah.
they hear her, and they're like, "Oh, should we, try and get her?" And they're like, "Well, if we do, we're dead."
Yeah, the girl.
Depending on whether, yeah.
Yeah, the girls hear Val, but they won't respond, and they think maybe they're friends or something. Ooh, right. So inside the house, the drill killer is sneaking in from the right, from the window right behind them, right?
Yeah, they're in. I think you would think Trish's room is on the second floor, and they're like looking at the door, and the window's behind them, and he kind of crawls right in.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I mean, unless it was on the first floor of the house.
Yeah,
and sneaks up directly behind him, and then the floorboard creaks, and they look up, and they're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. So they turn and scream, and they start throwing shit at him, and at some point, one of them hits him with a baseball bat.
Yeah, Trish gets him with a baseball bat, which was pretty great. I mean, if she had just kept going, the movie would have been over right now.
She could have, yeah, exactly.
We're going to end this right now, motherfucker.
Yeah. Next thing you know, my beloved Team USA gets the drill bit in the stomach.
Yeah.
All because this one broad wouldn't finish her off with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
So now we got the drill killer running through the house, and he's now we're in a blue bathroom, and there's someone in the shower. And he goes, so he's hunting the house, and he goes into this blue bathroom, and no one's in there, but the shower curtain's closed. He thinks he sees something behind. He pulls the curtain. Turns out it's just some lingerie on an old.
Yeah, it's just laundry. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're back outside. Valerie's was wandering, running around the house looking for Courtney. She finally finds Courtney, who's playing dead, right?
Yeah. Because she's still unaware that the killer, or there is a killer, is in the house. Yeah. So they're downstairs. They go, start messing around, and the sister Courtney said, she says, "I want a beer." So she goes to open the fridge, and your girl with the baseball team is stuffed in the refrigerator.
Yeah, hold on. I think so. Right, right. Courtney opens the fridge, and we see the dead cheerleader. She closes the door, and then she opens, and she goes, "No, but still, I just want to check and see." And then she goes to open the door again, and then she goes to close the door, backs away. So goes back one last time, opens the door. Next thing you know, the body drops out. She starts screaming, right? Yeah. And whose body was that? Jackie's body?
No, Jackie was the girl that ate
upstairs.
Sliced across the throat. Yeah. I'm not sure. I can't remember which, if it was like Rachel or Pam. I mean, there's a lot of girls' names in this movie.
The guy's very efficient. He had time to put one of the bodies in the fridge.
Without Valerie knowing that he did it. I mean, we're led to believe that she's in the house as well. So.
Yeah. That was weird. Yeah.
And he's good at his job.
Yeah. So then Val screams when the body falls out of the fridge. And they see the killer and run. So they take off running. The killer's lurking around the house. Next thing you know, basically, we see that Courtney's hiding under the living room couch.
Mm-hmm.
And next, we see the pizza guy. The killer drags the pizza guy away from like the area, because this whole time the pizza guy's just laying there dead with his eyes drilled out, right? Just laying on the floor.
They put a blanket over him.
Yeah, pretty much. And the killer decides to take him and drag him over and push him down the stairs into the basement, right? He pushes his body down the basement.
Where we see our one of our co-stars, Valerie. She's hiding down there in the basement.
In the basement, yeah.
Yeah.
So back upstairs.
She sees the body come down, tumbling down the stairs.
Yeah, so we're back upstairs, and the killer goes to hide under a blanket, right? He's gonna pretend like he's the dead pizza guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is fucking on it, man. This dude knows his fucking game, man.
And as he does that, of course, Courtney, hiding underneath the couch, sees him do that.
Yeah.
Continues to hide. Now she knows where he is.
Yeah, and I wrote down, this guy's having too much fun with this.
If you don't love your job, what are you doing?
What are you doing? You're right, exactly. So next thing you know, we hear knocking at the door, and it's the gym teacher. It's Coach Jana, and she's so she walks in and she sees the blanket and she pulls it back, right?
Well, I mean, if you walked into a house, and saw what appeared to be a body under a blanket lying dead or motionless,
Right.
you might want to investigate. I mean,
Yeah.
her being the only adult really in the movie, you know.
And yeah, sure, exactly.
At this point.
At this point. Well, there's Mr. Content, but he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did.
He did. So basically, the drill killer is there. So like I said, she pulls a blanket to see what's under the blanket, and there's a drill killer. Ta-da!
He's got a big old grin on his face.
Yeah, he does, man. He's a maniacal
like,
looking
oh,
motherfucker. Yeah.
I can't believe this worked. You know?
You might as well have been like, ta-da, right? But so we cut, as he jumps out of the blanket, we cut scene. We're back in the garage, and Val's looking for weapons. She finds a, what is it, a circular saw?
She finds a circular saw and cranks it on. And I'm like, okay. There's no way they had all these cordless power tools back then. But luckily, she does start running with it, and they show a power cord connection to it. And I was like, okay, thank God.
Yeah. So she fires up the drill, and she takes off running down the hallway. Doesn't she running towards the killer, or no?
Well, she's still down in the basement. She's running towards the steps to go back upstairs.
Oh, right. And then as soon as she gets to the end,
it becomes unplugged.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the end of the cord.
And she falls in the ground, right? She basically falls on her ass. And meanwhile, upstairs, the gym teacher is at odds with the killer. Courtney, so the killer's heading towards Jana, the gym teacher, and as he's heading towards her, Courtney sticks her hand out from under the couch and trips him.
Yeah, sure did.
And so at this point, the gym teacher takes the opportunity to attack the killer with a like a fireplace poker, and she starts beating on this dude with the fireplace poker, and then finishes him off with, and then Trish finishes him off with a knife. Right?
Yeah. Again, they could have really ended this.
Yeah. Right. They never take it the full length. Right.
Yep.
But yeah. So the teacher grabs Trish. Let's see. The killer rises. And next thing you know, the teacher gets the drill in the stomach. Ugh.
Yeah, she did. That was good.
So all of a sudden, we're back in Val's garage, and they're still trying to find a weapon. Next thing you know, we're back in the living room. The driller says, "You're all very pretty, and I love you." Right? And
this is the first time we get any dialogue.
Yeah.
He says, "You're pretty. All of you are very pretty. I love you."
We're gonna...
As these girls are, horrified and terrified, rightfully so.
Yeah, they're pleading for their lives at this point.
And yeah, Val down in the basement, after she realized she couldn't take the circular saw with her, finds a machete. Weapon, hanging there on the wall. So she goes upstairs, and now she's equipped with a machete.
Yeah, and at some point the killer does say it. Doesn't he say it takes a lot of love or something for all of them?
Yeah, he says all these people.
Yeah. And then he even goes so far as to say, you want it, right?
But that guy's not. That guy's not creepy at all, right?
No.
He's not shuffling a full deck.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But and at one point, one of the girls says, "Why? Right? What the fuck? What's wrong with you, dude? Right?" And all of a sudden, Val just pops up out of nowhere, pissed off with a fucking machete, swings and misses. The drill killer gets up. He's on the run. Val backs him up to the swimming pool.
Yeah, they continue the fight outside
the house.
And it's the first time he's not been the aggressor.
Yeah,
she's coming at him.
They've kind of had enough of his shit, and they're backing him up to the pool. And at one point, she hacks off his fucking She takes the machete and cuts the end off of the fucking drill bit, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
In half, which that's like hardened carbon steel.
Yeah. That's like some shit out of like Highlander or some shit like that, right?
That ain't happening.
So the killer
lightsaber to do that.
So she takes her fucking thing and the machete and slices the end off the drill bit, and the killer is just kind of stuck on stupid. He's like,
what do I do now?
Yeah, and so Val just goes back in with the machete and just starts hacking off his fingers, and then whack, she hangs off. And at one point, she hacks off one of his hands. The killer screams. He reaches out for Val, and she fillets him square right across the tummy, right? Just rips his stomach open, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Fucks him up, drops the machete and falls to her knees. Courtney runs out of the house, and then we hear the killer's like gurgling and trying to...
Does he fall into the pool?
Yeah, he falls into the pool, and we kind of feel like everything's cool. We're all good. And like I said, Courtney runs out of the house to kind of console her sister or whatever. And all of a sudden we hear the killer like gurgling, and he starts to climb out of the fucking pool. And he lunges at him, and fights off Courtney. Smacks right. He fights off Courtney and then smacks Val, and then all of a sudden the gym teacher, who we think we've already kind of counted her out of everything, comes out of the house and attacks the killer. And I said at this point, I said, these are some resilient ladies in this movie, man. And the killer throws her off and lunges at Val, and Val gets a machete through the stomach, right? Or no, Val lunges the machete through the killer's stomach. I'm sorry.
Like she's on the ground, she holds it up, and he basically jumps right on top of it, and it goes right through him.
It goes right through him, and they all like kind of scream, right? There's like a screaming thing that happens right here, right? And next thing you know, it's official.
Woo! You know he did.
He did.
Yeah.
So the
and you hear sirens in the distance.
Yeah, and we see they pan and they show you all the faces of those who are left alive, and we hear a police siren approaching, and the credits roll.
And scene.
And that was Slumber Party Massacre from 1982. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back with the 2-minute warning.
You're listening to the Heavy Door Horror Podcast. It's about fucking time.
I'm important. I have something to say.
Don't be a coward, son. Speak your mind.
Was she a great big fat person?
So why does your opinion matter more than my opinion?
Get your shit together, Danny.
Oh, good for you!
All right, we're back with the 2-minute warning. This gives everybody a chance to kind of speak on the movie, give us just a quick breakdown of what they liked, didn't like about the movie, how they generally how they felt about the movie as a whole, how they felt after the movie's completion, and just basically anything you can come up with that you want to add that you feel you need to share with us regarding 1982's Slumber Party Massacre. We're going to go ahead and start at the top with Mr. Deeds.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right, Eddie, thank you for giving us your opinion. You have 90 seconds to tell us what you think about 1982's Slumber Party Massacre. Go.
All right, guys. Well, I thought this movie was mildly entertaining. Like, it starts to get some of that extra filler, like some of those extra filler scenes, and then I don't know, I couldn't really concentrate that much on all that because it's just, blah 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 blah. These girls are running around and doing their thing and getting into the little gossip. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. But once it got to the gore and the guy pulled out that wireless drill from 1982, I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, that actually is was mildly believable if somebody's coming after you with a freaking auger bit, right?
Yeah.
That thing's spinning fast enough. Like, I thought the weapon was pretty, instilled the right amount of terror. All other things aside, I mean, you had this unoriginal killer, just kind of like plain Jane kind of guy running around killing people with a drill. Yeah. That's pretty much all I really got out of the movie.
I kind of feel like coming from it there.
Yeah.
You're not really okay. All right. Hey man, you got to feel how you got to feel. I can't tell you how to feel, Eddie, but we do appreciate your opinion. All right, thank you. That was your 90 seconds. Let's go ahead and reset the clock now. Let's move it on over to.
This is Eric.
All right, Eric, let's hear your opinions on 1982's Slumber Party Massacre. You have 90 seconds and go.
So 82 Slumber Party Massacre, enjoyed the movie. It was interesting. Had never seen it. Was surprised it was done by a female director with all the nudity and everything that was in, that was compiled in this movie. Loved it for that reason. Loved all the nudity in this movie. It was great. And there was there was actually a lot of killing, which I was, again, kind of, a lot of slashing on the drill was awesome. I was a little dumbfounded by, didn't realize they had cordless power tools back then in the early 80s. And had they, I took a good close look at the drill, many times, pausing the movie, and saw no battery connected to said drill, so, which leads me to believe that it was, make believe.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that because it's a movie and we suspend our disbelief and everything. So I don't mind it for that.
Maybe it was gas powered.
Yeah, you'd hear it like a chainsaw. It would need a motor.
Sure.
So
maybe it's powered by the supernatural or something.
Yeah, well, see, there, you just have to suspend your belief. Just suspend it. Which I'm fine doing because it's a movie and we go to be enjoyed, and that's why we do these things. So I enjoyed the movie. The slashing, the gore was great. The tits were great. I enjoyed the characters. So I can't say I didn't like it. And now knowing I've seen this, they've made sequels, so I might have to check some of those out as well.
All right. All right, let's move it on over to Kim. Well, actually, you know what? Let me turn your timer on. And move it on over to the one and only.
Kim, stay focused, baby. This is key.
All right, Kim, you got to stay focused here. You got 90 seconds to tell us how you felt about 1982 Slumber Party Massacre. Go ahead.
That's a tough one for me. The focus thing was definitely tough for me. It didn't really like I don't know. I just want to say it didn't really have was it just didn't have a clear path. It's just supposed to be a horror movie, a comedy, a little bit of both. Some of the jokes were funny. Like Dee said, it's mildly entertaining. Storyline was there even a storyline? I don't know.
Maybe it's just because you don't get it. All right.
I don't get it. Maybe you don't get it.
Oh, I don't get it. Oh, we'll see who doesn't get it. All right, pal.
But I think it was a good idea. I think a lot of, I think it did inspire a lot of movies.
Yeah. That's sure. Yeah.
I think this was a good idea, but it just the execution wasn't quite there for this movie. I think it could have been so much more than what it was.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, it was mildly entertaining. I liked the scenes, the gore, the nudity.
Just go ahead.
It wasn't a whole lot. It was okay.
We get you. It's horrible. All right. Very good. What about
Danny for Fanny, banana for Fanny, Danny.
All right, let me give myself 90 seconds. I'm not sure if I need 90 seconds. There was plenty to look at in this movie as far as the girls go. Other than that, I mean, I don't this movie is made for 15-year-olds and 15-year-old boys, and it's made for 15-year-old boys from any year
80s.
any year prior to 1999. You know what I mean? Even by the 20th century, most kids at 15 would have been whatever. I'd rather watch American Pie or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? This movie was not a good horror movie. It was not a good movie. It was good for, if you want to call it a horror movie. I argue again about whether or not slashers are really horror flicks. But it was entertaining. There was something to look at, but I will never watch this movie again. Not in a billion years. It's just one of those things. I can see myself seeing some of the other movies we've watched in the past. I think I'd rather watch Bud the Chud again than watch this, honestly. This is pretty bad. Just because there's just nothing there. It's just a setup for a killer, and that's the whole movie. That's it. So, I mean, I guess if that's, a slasher movie, it is, and it did, and I just don't, it wasn't creative enough for me. I don't mind slasher movies at all. I'm all about it. It's all good.
Yeah.
But when it's just so very simply made just to set up a killer and killings and really nothing else, I just, so it wasn't for me. But having said that, we still watched it. We still reviewed it. It was fun, and we had a good time. Let's go ahead and move on with the show. We'll be back after this with Eddie and the Breakdown.
This is the Heavy Door Horror Podcast, another fucking movie podcast. How fucking long do you think it will last?
Now for Eddie with facts, figures, and trivia. In this segment, The Breakdown.
Y'all ready for this?
All right, everybody, we have the breakdown here. Tonight's movie was The Slumber Party Massacre. This was Eric's pick. Movie was 76 minutes long. Released originally, limited release, September 10th of 1982 in Los Angeles, with a countrywide release in November 12th of 82. Directed by Amy Jones, written by Rita Mae Brown, produced by Amy Jones with Santa Fe Productions, distributed by New World Pictures. Budget numbers were $220,000 and $3.6 million box office. In today's money, that would be $729,000 budget and $11.9 million at the box office. So, yeah, they made a good profit, almost 13 times what they put into it.
So they made this movie for $22,000?
No, $220,000.
Oh, okay. God damn, I gotta get my fucking head straight. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so 220K, flipped it to 3.6 million back in 82. That's not too bad.
No, not bad.
Put some food on the table. All right, here we go with the cast. Bear with me. There's about 16 people I've got to get through here. We have Michelle Michaels as Trish Devereaux, Robin Still as Valerie Bates, Michael Villela, how do you say that? Villela. All right, that was Russ Thorne, our driller killer.
Oh, okay.
We have, yeah. Deborah DeLiso as Kim Clark, Andre Honore as Jackie Cassidy. We have Gina Marie as Diane, Jennifer Myers as Courtney Bates, Joseph Allen Johnson as Neil, David Milburn as Jeff, Jim Reed Boyce as John Raiden Minor. Why do they give these characters such fucking long names? Pamela Roylance as Coach Rachel Jana, Brink Stevens as Linda Dawn Grant. It's like, why do they need fucking middle names? Doesn't make any damn sense. Rig Kennedy as David Contant. We have Jean Vargas as Mary. That was the telephone repair woman. Howard Ferguson as Mr. Devereaux, and Anna Patton as Miss Annette Devereaux.
And Aaron Lipstadt as Pizza Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just following along. Yeah, shit, so what you got, Eddie? You got any trivia?
That's everything for me.
From the cast?
You know what?
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to mention is, like, I believe, like, initially, this movie was made as like the original screenplay was made by Rita Mae Brown. It was supposed to be a parody called Sleepless Nights. It was supposed to be a parody on a slasher film, but the producers, they repurposed her script to make it a more serious slasher film against her wishes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would explain why it couldn't really pick a direction, you know.
Yeah, that's funny. When you said that earlier, I didn't really pick up on that. I guess maybe because the environment I was watching this film in, but I guess it was kind of, they tried to be funny. I mean, the pizza thing was pretty funny.
The fridge thing was hilarious.
Yeah, the fridge thing. That's
like, come on.
I guess. Sorry, sorry, man. I didn't really see it that way. I apologize. But
maybe you just don't get it, Danny.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. No, I'm seeing it now. I'm getting it. Yeah, this movie's it's too big for my brain. That's what it is.
It's too rich
Yeah,
for that
definitely.
pea-sized brain of yours.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. All right, I get it now. So anybody got any trivia?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, Eddie, do you have anything else?
Or you got any more, Eddie?
No, that's it for me for right now.
Yeah, good.
Okay, well, I got so apparently Amy Jones turned down the editing job on Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial to direct this movie. Now, it did turn out to be her debut directing job. So, I guess that's kind of hard to turn down. But, in hindsight, looking back, be like, you want to be the editor on E.T. or make Slumber Party Massacre? So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, that's yeah. Well, I mean, it's that goes back to the whole Charlie Sheen thing about how he was supposed to be the Karate Kid, but he had to go to what is it, Norway or something to film
some shit. Yeah.
Grizzly Bear 2 or something like that.
Some movie nobody's ever seen.
Yeah, for sure. Kim Him, you got anything else, Eric?
No, I'm good.
How about Kim Him? Kim Him, you got anything?
Let me see. No, there's not really much.
Yeah, this movie, it seemed like there was a lack of information about it. I don't know, there was a lack of interest.
I do have one more.
Oh, this is a good one.
What's that?
Okay, I got one too after that.
Oh, go ahead, Kim. Go ahead.
It says characters' names are nods to other horror movies such as Officer Kruger and Voorhees and the Craven Family. That's a good one.
Wait, what's that?
Their names were tributes to other horror movies.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like Linda Bates and Courtney Bates, obviously Psycho. Bates Motel, all that shit. Yeah, Kruger,
Voorhees.
Yeah, Voorhees.
Craven.
So yeah, I've got one more.
Yeah.
The role of the pizza delivery guy, one of the funniest parts of the movie with his eyes drilled out, standing there holding the pizza, was actually the producer, Aaron Lipstad or whatever.
I thought you were going to say it was George Clooney or some shit.
It was Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I usually go for the continuity stuff off of IMDb, and it didn't pop up tonight, but I did find these look like interesting little pieces of information. So this movie, Slumber Party Massacre, 1982 Slumber Party Massacre, was apparently spoofed in a movie called Psycho Sleepover from 2008. And I guess it's listed as a rebuttal to the film. Not quite sure what that means. But there's a gay spoof version of this movie called Poltergeist 2. And then there's also there was a movie that referenced the title, and it's called Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. That was pretty funny. And then there was a spoof film. It was a spoof film that had a segment, I think, about Slumber Party Massacre called Prank Week. But this last one I thought was pretty funny. There's a movie. I'm not quite sure what the plot of the movie is, but in 2020 there was a film that spoofs Slumber Party Massacre. And the film is called Housewife versus Gay Zombie. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But I do like Dude Bro Party Massacre. We should change the name of the podcast.
Dude Bro Party?
Dude Bro Party Massacre podcast? That'd be badass, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking the DBPM. We'll just call it the DBP. Okay, anyway. All right, well, that was, as they say, where is it here?
Autobots, that's the breakdown.
Thank you, Eddie.
That's it. All right, we'll be back after the break.
Welcome back to the Heavy Door Horror Podcast.
All right, and we are back with the stats for 1982's Slumber Party Massacre. Let's go ahead and start it out at the top of the order.
Eddie, can you blow bubbles so we can breathe underwater?
Eddie, you're up, man. Let's get into it. Let me pull up the stat sheet. I'm not going to type up the answers here tonight, but I just needed it because I smoke weed and I don't remember things. Okay, so Eddie, you're up first. In one word, how would you describe 1982 Slumber Party Massacre?
I would say this movie is very sleazy. No, that's not the word I'm going to use for tonight's movie. it wasn't a thriller, but it was a driller. So can I use that?
Sure, yeah. That's
Nice.
good. I like driller.
Yeah.
That's
All
very
right.
nice.
Driller.
That's a good one, yeah. And then if you what would you say is your favorite scene?
So my favorite scene wasn't even a kill. It was actually like a really stupid, corny part a little earlier on in the movie. So I can't remember the girl's name, but like she rolls up to the house in her Celica and then hops out and she's standing by the door fumbling her keys, and then next thing you know, like it's a jump scare when the drill comes through the door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Coach Janet. Yeah,
Coach Janet, yeah. So the peephole scene.
Yeah, people. That was good.
So the
That was
people
good.
scene, and
Yeah,
she's just
yeah.
like, oh, hey, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
the girl says, what did she say? She says, oh, I was just putting in your peephole. And then
And then hold on.
That was another joke in the movie. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, and then
But she said,
yeah,
boing.
That's what she said.
it's like she's drilling from inside of the door, while the door's like closed and everything like that. And it's
Yeah.
you're drilling through something normally,
You could drill
normally,
it. Yeah, no, I get you. Okay.
you would want to know what's on the other side of what you're drilling.
You would check, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then third, the last part about it is like after she leaves, she's like, oh, the girl who was repairing it leaves. She's like, hey, see you later. And as the door shuts, like you could see the peephole is just barely stuffed in there. It's like halfway falling out. I don't know. Maybe because I work in maintenance and engineering that I notice this shit. But
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know.
I get you.
My favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good scene though. I do like that. How about your favorite character in Slumber Party?
Valerie, because Valerie.
Which one was Valerie now?
He was the next door neighbor with the little.
Val. Oh, Val. I'm sorry. I was talking
with
about Val the whole
with the
time.
sister Courtney.
Yeah, I got you. No, I wrote it down as Val just because less typing.
Yeah.
All right, Val it is. And then how about your letter rating for this movie? A through F. No E, please.
I'm gonna give this movie a B cup. I mean,
You want a solid B? You guys remember you can always go plus. You guys can always go plus. Hey, you know what? That's your answer. B cup it is.
Not double B or
I like that. I do like that. I like
B
that.
cup.
It's classy. It's classy. Did you want to stick with that?
I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay. And then your skull rating.
I'm gonna give this a 2 3/4 skull rating, so 2.75 skulls.
Man, I got a cramp just writing that down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, goddamn hater, dude.
Okay, let's move on to Mr.
Eddie.
Eric.
You forgot his backpack item.
What's that?
I said you forgot Eddie's
Oh, that's
backpack.
right. I totally. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. Good God. That's why I hired you guys to help me out, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
God.
All right, so let's do this because I did screw that up. I want to fix this right now. Okay. Yeah, your backpack item for Slumber Party Massacre.
It would be the drill.
The drill.
The drill.
Yeah,
or a
drill.
or a drill. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And did you see anybody that couldn't act? Didn't know they were in a movie?
No comment.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. All right. And do you think? Oh, by the way, did anybody have a really nice outfit you might want to talk about?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's pretty funny.
No, it is. And then would Louis like this movie?
It was, yeah.
You think Louis?
I think he'd like part of it. I think he'd think it was kind of stupid. But
Yeah, I don't think Louis would like. So you're gonna go with a yes or no on that one?
I'm gonna go with no.
No. Okay. All right. Let's move it on over since I already screwed it up. But I think we all know what's coming here.
Eddie.
Eric, you're up, man. What did you think? In a word, how would you describe 1982 Slumber Party Massacre?
So, I mean, definitely sleazy, as Eddie was saying, but I picked a different word as well. It's boobtastic.
Boobtastic. All right. And then what would you say is your favorite scene?
Well, sticking with the sleazy part of this film, I'm going shower scene at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The shower scene. The shower scene.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
That's right.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. We must, at least one of our fans has to be a female. So let's see. All right. So what about your favorite character?
I'm going to go with Russ Thorne, our killer. Our
the drill killer for sure, man.
Yeah, the drill killer, man.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Damn crying ass baby in the background. Then let's see. What would be your letter rating? A through F, no E's, please.
I mean, I'd love to give it a double F, but I'm going to go B. Yeah.
You're going to give it a B, really? Okay.
Yeah, B rating.
And you guys, again, I strongly urge you guys, just like with the skull ratings, to use those percentages and those minuses.
Sure.
With the letters, there's minuses and pluses that definitely should be applied.
I'm going B.
Okay, all right. And then your skull rating?
3 skulls.
A solid 3 skulls.
Solid 3.
I don't know what kind of sound I would play for that. That's a weird one. I mean, you're not really...
I'm just crazy about this story.
But you're not really, you know what I mean?
That's right in the middle.
So you're just kind of, I got you, you're kind of like... Okay, all right, cool. I'll come up with something better for that. Okay.
That works for me.
All right, and so what about a backpack item?
I guess, thinking about it, I would have loved that circular saw had it been cordless. Because that would have been a formidable weapon against that fucking drill. So
Sure.
That would have been fun,
Okay, all right. And then do you have a backpack item for the film?
Yeah, I just said it, cordless.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Did you know that? Did you see anyone you thought couldn't act? Kind of just had a bad day at the end?
I know those girls weren't really acting playing basketball, but that was pretty hard to watch.
Yeah, the b-ball. I got you. Okay. And then did you have a favorite fit for the movie?
Sure. A girl wearing the baseball top was pretty fantastic, or whatever it was.
Team USA.
Yeah, Team USA.
Team
That's
USA.
right. Indeed. It was pretty nice.
In Team USA, I agree.
Pretty nice.
Do we even know what her name was? Pretty nice.
We could find out, but
Yeah, we could find out. I'm sure.
She was one of the main. She was in the movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
So.
She's up there somewhere. I'm sure Eddie read off her name at some point. We just don't know what the character name was. And then what do you think Louis would like this movie?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with I think he would. Guy likes boobs and he likes slasher flicks. So it did scratch both those itches.
Yeah, I think that's what this movie was made for. Yeah. I think that was the whole point of the movie. Switch, hey, come on now, don't even go there.
That's what she said.
All right, everybody settle down. Let's move it on over here. What about
Jim, stay focused, baby. This is key.
Jim, I need you to stay focused. We need to discuss this. I want you to tell me, in a word, how would you describe 1982 Slumber Party Massacre?
I'm gonna go with generic.
Generic. Have you used that beef?
I have not.
I'm surprised he didn't use bland again.
I was going to say, this is not your new bland, is it? Okay. All right. Fair enough. And then how what did you think your favorite scene? That's what it was. What's your favorite scene?
Oh, the refrigerator scene.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Great.
I love that.
That is. What's funny about this whole thing for me is that I never am prepared for this, but by the time you guys go, I'm always like, oh, I got what I got. Okay.
Yeah.
If I don't steal from you guys, it helps me. I think of something.
It helps. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps. So what about? Yeah, right. You almost go last, right? So what about your favorite character?
I'm gonna go with the killer also.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Russ Thorne.
Mr. Russ Thorne in the
house. They do at the beginning, like we alluded to, after they show the headline on the newspaper, and then you hear on the news that somebody had, these 5 murders in '69 in Venice Beach. He had escaped. He's on the run. He's escaped.
Yeah.
He wasn't let out.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, for sure. It's not his first rodeo. All right, that was you said your favorite scene, right? What about the drill killer? Right? So what about letter rating? A through Z, please no E's.
C.
C. Okay.
Yeah, solid C.
Solid C. Wow, interesting. Okay, and then how about your skull rating?
Let me say about 2.
2. Yeah.
Bum, bum.
2 indeed. And then, did you see anybody that could not act? Was horrible? Did not know they were being filmed in a movie.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of everybody.
It's like I could just close my eyes and throw a dart at it.
You know what? For your answer, I'm gonna put sure.
Yeah, right.
Sure. Did you see anybody that didn't know they were in a film or couldn't act? Sure.
Sure.
I have to believe I did. But yeah, okay. Let's see. And then, did you see anybody's favorite outfit? Maybe. Anybody there?
I don't know.
Nothing
It was
worthwhile.
all pretty. It wasn't really. I mean, maybe the cable girl. I don't know.
Who's the cable girl? Cable girl.
The PG&E girl, whatever.
Yeah,
the
no,
utility.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
See, this is why I love going last. Phone girl.
Phone girl.
Indeed. That is a good call. All right, and then do you think Lou would like this film?
Yeah, I think he would.
You think Lou would like it? All right.
I mean, I think he would just like to watch it, but I don't think he'd enjoy the story or
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do plan on mentioning about this film. Okay, thank you, Kim. Let's go ahead and move it on over.
Danny for Fanny, banana for Fanny, Danny.
All right, let's see. Let me just go ahead and do that real quick. Let's see. In a word, I would describe this movie as predictable. I mean, you know, it wasn't really hard to see where they were running with this whole thing. You know, the path to the story was pretty clear. My favorite scene, that kind of reminded me of the opening because it's funny by the time you get to the end of these films you forget, but I did really like those two ding dongs trying to talk to the phone chick. That was pretty funny. Like at the beginning of the film, like that was kind of funny.
And then her getting fucking grabbed into her own van,
yeah, well,
screaming for help against the back windows was pretty hilarious too.
Yeah, I just thought the whole thing where they were just spitting their best game at her, and she was just like, "Sure, whatever." I thought that was pretty. Nowadays, it's like sexual harassment, right? Yeah. Let's see. So, that.
Yeah, he probably gets sprayed in the face with mace or pepper spray.
Yeah, I mean, or just reported, whatever. I mean, I understand, I get it, but I'm just saying, it's it's a different world. So let's see. My favorite character, again, I'm gonna have to go. I think Phone Girl might just. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's going to be a phone girl kind of day, but let's see. Let's move on here. My letter rating. Okay. So this is where I'm going to get into it. I'll give you guys a C plus. And I give it a C. The only reason I give it a plus is because, there seems to be, like, it's not outrageous to think that women are making this and writing this, and that filmed it. I thought that was cool. Watching the whole movie. It's one thing I did like about it. It's like a lot of these movies are definitely not from a female perspective. It's usually most of these, especially movies from this era, a lot of them were filmed by fucking creeps. It's the bottom line. So.
Well, it sounds like this is a DEI movie, Dan.
Oh, jeez.
Fantastic.
Oh my god. All right. So let's see.
It was also original, so it's an original movie. It's like a good idea. Nobody came out with something like that either.
Yeah. So so for my skull rating, man, I'm gonna give this can you give it a -2? No, I'm sorry. Is there a 2 minus? I don't know. I'll just give it a 2. Somebody gave it a 2, right, Kim? You gave it a 2?
I gave it a 2, yeah.
I'm gonna have to just dig in on it and give it a 1.34. I almost want to give it a 1.18.
No,
but yeah, it's too hard because then I can't get too involved here because we deal with percentages. We'll be safe because when I go to filter all these through an Excel spreadsheet, I can't put eighths and fractions in there. It might confuse everything. So let's see. Yeah, but that seriously, I mean, I'm giving this a C plus just because of that one thing, and I'm giving it the that 1 quarter less just because I'm being a dick because it's a terrible movie. Finally, let's see. So my backpack item would be like, one of I saw it on Saturday Night Live, one of those full realistic female masks that you can put on, right? And I would just try to hang. I'd be like, "Hi!" I'd show up with the mask on, and be like, "Yeah, I'm here for the slumber party." And who the fuck is that, brother? I'm Sally. So yeah, hyper realistic mask.
Yeah, like a Mission Impossible mask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna put MI mask. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Straight up. Because I'd want to go to that party. Let's see. Does not know they're in a movie. I'll go with sure, like Kim said earlier. I mean, there was really no acting in this film. Yeah. This wasn't an exercise in acting for any. Don't confuse yourself. Okay, this is not an exercise in acting at all. So I think everybody's terrible. Favorite fit again. Team USA all the way. No. Phone girl. Phone girl. Sorry.
She did have a nice uniform on.
Yeah.
Phone girl. I'm sorry. I almost blew it. Phone girl. I'm sorry. Phone girl.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. God damn it.
I almost blew it.
That's what she said.
All right. So let's see. And finally, would Louis like this movie? I don't really think Louis would like this. I mean, you can't just be like, "Well, it was titties." No, I'm saying, would Louis like the movie? I don't think Louis would like the movie. I'm not going to give you guys that. All right. Well, that was the stats for the week for 1982's Slumber Party Massacre. So we couldn't figure out whose turn it was, and all of a sudden we decided it was Danny's turn. I've got a fucking list that I could pick a movie out of my brain any moment. So I went with, everybody ready? 1986's April Fool's Day.
Paramount Pictures cordially invites you for a weekend getaway at the party to end all parties.
This is the craziest party that could ever be. Don't turn on the lights, cause I don't want to see.
April Fool.
Welcome to my home and lifestyles of the rich and undeserving. Wrong.
Cheers.
Join 8 privileged guests who are just dying to have fun.
Wow, what is this? The bridal suite? You like it?
The ladies,
I find a use for it.
the gentlemen,
We did on the first date.
the young,
Well, basically, I possess an essential lack of seriousness.
and the restless.
You are such a jerk.
Everyone is having such a good time. It's scary.
Is something wrong?
You're dead. Radio is blasting. Someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girl. She passed out. Nikki! I see someone in the hall I've never seen before. Don't know what it is. I don't want to see it.
April Fool's Day. Get ready to party till you drop.
All right. Well, that was the trailer for
right.
1986's April Fool's Day. Let me get this thing out of our way. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I always remember that film being a lot of fun. I've seen that movie a handful of times, actually. So, like I said, I do remember it being a good watch. So that should be fun. Let me get
That's good.
close real quick. And yeah, you'll recognize. I think there'll be some kind of recognizable people in that film. All right, well, that was the Heavy Door Horror Podcast for November 11, 2025. I should mention these days, just so everybody's aware, that this is recorded on location from San Francisco, Union City, Oakland, and Ed, you are in Vallejo, correct?
No, that is correct.
Vallejo, California. All right. We'll see you next week. My name is Heavy Door Dan, the Ganja Zombie, Pumpkinhead's Junk, live in the flesh. Thank you for joining us again tonight. Let's go around the room and say goodbye to everybody here, starting with Mr. Deeds. Deeds, you have anything to say to the people before we go home tonight?
All right. Thanks for joining us. Come catch us next week. Like, share, and subscribe.
Sir, okay. I appreciate you. All right. How about Mr. Eric? Eric, you got to say anything to say to the people before we go to sleep tonight?
Yeah, thanks for joining. See you next week. Everybody stay scary.
Everybody stay scary. All right. And Kim Him, do you have anything to say to the people before we go home here?
Yeah, thanks for joining. See you guys next week. Subscribe, like, and drop a comment.
All that good stuff. Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. Again, my name is Heavy Door Dan. Thank you for joining us. As we like to say around here, always assume the call's coming from inside of the house. Good night.
The Heavy Door Horror Podcast.
Everything is garbage.
Don't act like you're not impressed.